Homeless. You wake up before the city does, not because you want to, because the street gets loud early and sleeping too deep is a risk you can't afford. Your body aches. Concrete and park benches don't forgive you the way a mattress does. First thing you do is check your belongings every morning, because every morning something could be gone. If you have a phone, it's cracked, old, and dying. Finding a charger is a mission. Finding Wi-Fi is another. Your first goal isn't coffee or breakfast, it's a bathroom. You aim for a fast food place or a gas station and hope nobody stops you at the door. Clean clothes are rare. Laundry means finding a church day, a drop-in center, or washing what you can in a public sink and hoping it dries. Food comes from soup kitchens, church breakfasts, dollar menu items, or whatever SNAP will cover at a store you can walk to. You eat what you can carry. Hunger is never far. You plan your day around three things: safety, weather, places that won't throw you out. The library is gold: warmth, outlets, a chair, and nobody asking you to leave every 20 minutes. Getting ID feels impossible without an address. Getting a job feels impossible without ID. Getting a shelter bed feels impossible with both. The system has walls built inside walls. By evening, you choose where to sleep. A shelter means rules and lines and noise. The street means exposure and risk. Either way, you sleep light. Either way, morning comes early. And you do it again. Deep poverty. You wake up in a room you rent week to week, or a crowded apartment shared with 2, maybe 3 other people, just to make the numbers work. The mattress is on the floor. Some nights the heat doesn't come on. You check your prepaid phone first. Is service still on? How many bus passes are left? You plan the day around money because money is the first thing you think about and the last thing you stop thinking about. Breakfast is basic and stretched. Oatmeal, eggs, whatever's left. If you have kids, they eat at school. You pack snacks from home because every dollar has a job. Work is unpredictable. Hours change week to week. You say yes to every shift because you cannot afford to be the person who says no. Tips and overtime are not extras, they are the plan. Bills are a monthly puzzle with no clean solution. Rent is due, but the electric is behind. You choose which one hurts less this time. You buy money orders because overdraft fees cost more than you can lose. Healthcare means a clinic visit you scheduled weeks ago or urgent care when you can't wait anymore. You put off dental work. You refill one prescription now and the other next week. At night, you check tomorrow's schedule. You set 2 alarms. You make a list. You call the landlord back. You move money around in your head even when you're trying to sleep. You're under a roof. That's not nothing. But the roof never lets you forget how thin the margin is. Working poor. You wake up before sunrise to an alarm. You rent a small apartment, month to month or a year at a time. You share it with a partner or a roommate because alone, the numbers don't add up. First thing you do is check if the direct deposit hit. You make coffee at home. You pack lunch. Buying food at work adds up to a number you've already calculated. You commute by bus or in an old car that runs but not without worry. The check engine light has been on for 3 months. You know what it probably is. You can't deal with it yet. Your job is physical: retail, warehouse, food service, care work. You move fast and stand most of the shift. A manager tracks your time. Breaks are short. You know every minute counts because the schedule app already told you next week looks thin. At lunch, you check the schedule for swaps. You need Tuesday off for a school meeting, but you can't lose the hours. You eat what you packed and go back. On the way home, you stop for groceries on sale. Loyalty card, coupons, the items you need cross-checked against what's available and what's affordable. At home, you cook dinner. You move $20 to savings. You pull it back 4 days later when the tire goes flat. You started an online course 3 weeks ago for a certification that could help. You made it 10 minutes in tonight before your eyes closed. 2 alarms set, clothes laid out, balance checked one more time. In the morning, you do it again.
Lower middle class. You wake up to an alarm in a small 2-bedroom apartment or a modest starter home. It's clean, it's yours, for now, You keep a list of bills and due dates on the fridge, because staying organized is the difference between fine and behind. Coffee brews while you check the calendar. You have a steady job. Pay comes every other Friday. Health insurance and a small 401k match come out of each check automatically. You budget in an app and auto-pay the essentials. Breakfast is quick, but real. Eggs, toast, fruit. If you have kids, you pack lunches and check homework before the door. If not, you pack your own, because the cafeteria adds up. You drive a reliable used car on a loan or take a commuter train with a monthly pass. Gas, insurance, and maintenance are planned expenses, not surprises. You keep jumper cables in the trunk, just in case. Work is clear and structured. Emails, orders, customers, reports. You get a real lunch break and know your schedule weeks ahead. You track your PTO carefully and protect a few hours for emergencies. At lunch, you check your bank app. A utility bill posted. The student loan draft hits tomorrow. You move a little to savings and leave a buffer for gas and groceries this week. After work, maybe you walk the neighborhood or hit a low-cost gym. Dinner is cooked at home most nights. Streaming is your main entertainment. You rotate subscriptions to keep costs down.
Middle class. You wake up in a 3-bedroom house or a stable apartment you plan to stay in. The heater works, the appliances work, the coffee set itself on a timer last night. You check a shared calendar. Paydays are steady, bills are on auto pay, you have an emergency fund and contribute to retirement every paycheck without thinking about it. Breakfast is simple, but there are choices in the fridge. If you have kids, you sign the form, pack the lunches, remind them about practice. If not, you make your own lunch or buy one without doing math in your head first. That part still feels a little new. You drive a late model car under warranty or take a reliable train. You pay your credit cards in full every month and collect the points. At work, you have a defined role with some control over your day. Meetings, projects, deadlines that span weeks, not hours. You have paid time off and you know when you'll use it. You contribute 10 to 15% to retirement, sometimes more when there's a bonus. At lunch, you skim your bank app. A bigger expense posted, but the budget absorbed it. You adjust a sinking fund and move on. After work, you go to a gym you actually use. Dinner is cooked at home most nights, with takeout once or twice a week as a real choice, not a calculation. You schedule a plumber instead of trying to fix it yourself because your time is worth something now. In the evening, you help with homework, watch something, order a birthday gift without checking your balance first. You feel stable, not flashy, not fragile, stable, with a little room for surprises.
Upper middle class. You wake up in a quiet house you own in a good school district. The thermostat set itself overnight, a robot vacuum is already running in the hall, coffee starts on a schedule. Your phone shows work calendar, kids' activities, a reminder that the cleaner comes Friday. Most bills autopay. Money moves into savings and investments each month before you ever see it. Breakfast is fresh, you have quality in the fridge without thinking about it, you drive a late model car that's paid off or close, your partner drives something similar. A new tire or unexpected repair is an inconvenience, not a crisis. At work, you have responsibility and real control over your day. You lead people, handle complex problems, manage things that matter. You work from home a couple days a week, your health insurance is strong and you actually use it. If something breaks at home, you call a professional because you've stopped trying to do everything yourself. You value time more than you value saving the labor cost. After work, a trainer or a class, you feel secure. You are building wealth while actually living, both at the same time.